we are out here checking some of our ponds, and we have got us a little beaver issue. And this area right here, I've always had traps in, so looks like they've actually dammed that thing up or covered their little hole. So I'm gonna dig that thing out, make that trail system, that natural waterway back up in there, and then we're gonna set that 330 back up in there, and hopefully start eliminating some of these critters there. They are a huge nuisance there. I don't have any problem with them or those otters in those creeks, but once those, especially those otters, they start getting in these ponds where you've got, you know, hundreds, thousands of dollars invested in these ponds, and they come in here and just annihilate your fish and stuff. And the beavers, I think this is a tree that a beaver had ended up gnawing on. We ended up cutting it down and left it right here, and just for other vegetation. We had some wood ducks a couple years ago utilizing this. So, you know, we love the wildlife, but anything that's going to cause some major destruction is going to go. So we're going to get this thing cleaned up a little bit, get that 330 rocking there, and then I'll introduce you guys a little closer to that trap, kind of set up there, and explain the reasoning why there, how we have that thing set up there, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. Well, here's the beaver trail here, and or whatever this thing is. But we've got this thing pretty much cut out. I'll be able to stick our holder here, the frame, right in here. We are in Missouri, so we've got to have this thing submerged underneath the water, and so we're gonna find this wherever that thing needs to be at. Probably sitting right in there, and see, I'll find that, just put that thing right there, and that way I can still find that. And then once I have my actual trap ready to get set, or is set, I'm able to put that thing right in here, and then those animals, see, we'll be able to probably move this a little bit and make, basically what we've done, we've made just one major trail system right in here that those critters are going to move in and out of here, and hopefully we start annihilating some of these critters and make this pond a little more useful there than what we've seen in the past. So go ahead and get that trap set, and take you guys along for the next step. All right, guys, I'm gonna walk you through what I just did there, and that is to get these trap arms set, and then from there, all I've got to do is, so here's my trigger there. So I've got that thing right there. So basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna flip this thing just like so. And I'll talk about how I've got this thing strapped here before too long, but get this stuff cleaned up a little bit more. But anyway, once I have these things, once I have that thing clipped on there, there's a little bit of vegetation in there. I don't want that, try to get that thing as smooth as I possibly can. You got two settings there. You got a stronger one there, and then a light one. So I use the first one as you come on to it, and then basically all I've got to do is just kind of wedge those things up in there, and then you've got these two things, these two little clips that you've got to take off. And I do need to get this trap a little bit deeper in the water. So once you have that thing in, just push it down, and I'm gonna keep it up there just for now so you guys can see the rest of this. But basically you just have these little clips right in there, and then that trap is basically live at this point. And then I can move that limb right back in here. And basically what you don't want is you don't want the angle on that trap to be any you don't want this, when it gets off there, or the trap gets set off, you do not want that to hit anything. So to kind of walk you guys through how I have these rigged up is I've got these on a cable, and there's your little loop right there, and I've just got a cinder block, and I don't really worry about too much of that up front. If those critters are smart enough to figure that out, then good for them, but I think that's going to do the trick right there. And then we're just going to again, I'll push it down a little bit further, but just for the video's sake, just so you guys can see it. And basically what's happened here is you've got your two little clips. They are no longer on those, they're no longer clipped. So this little tool right here that you guys saw is how I basically clamp those things together, set that hook on the other side, and then both sides, then take it, and either with your hand, or if you got to use these, whatever, go ahead and clamp that with that eye, but do not take those hooks off until that trap is ready to go. So for this, as I'm pushing it back down a little further, I'm gonna clip these back on just so I can make sure that if that thing does go off, it ain't gonna go off on me, because that's 330 pounds, and I'm not quite willing to take that journey today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video there, and good luck on your trapping season there, and tight lines.